the
not
actors.
just doing.
So we have, you're a good director.
A
Just
script.
telling them what to do. Oh, a script. Oh, we need to have a script. We need to have a good director.
And I think this time I have nothing to do with it. And good actors.
And good actors.
Some people like just don't.
We want people that like to be in front of the camera, like you, right,
Yeah.
Connor?
Yeah.
I don't like being in front of the camera.
Well, you don't have to be in front of the camera. You can be behind the camera. That's the
And
beauty of it.
there's
All right.
some people who just go, today,
Right, they're reading the lines right off, and it's really boring, right?
today we are.
Today is.
So, where do you think we need to start before we do any of this stuff? Before we pick up an iPad, what do we need to do? Plan. Script. Do you guys know how video producers and writers plan out a movie?
They find an area. They find an area.
One topic and write what's on my mind about it.
Okay. They might just write it down. How many of you watch the extras like on a Disney movie and they have the storyboards up? Have you ever seen that?
I do.
Where they draw the pictures and kind of the sequence and everything? That's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with the storyboard. Yes, Connor?
For the bad examples, can we do anything?
I want you to do anything that a student might actually do
Like
that is a bad example.
Oh, there's one. Like, come on, TV.
No. I'm talking, I don't want anything extreme behavior. Because don't think about this. If we're filming this and showing it to the little kids, what if we do really crazy things, what's going to happen?
They'll most likely get confused and do it.
They might, or they might say, ooh, I never tried that before. I could try that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like how in most movies, like if there's a trick that's saying, don't try this at home.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do a practice storyboard first, okay? And we're going to do a story that everybody knows so that you can plan it out. We're going to do the 3 bears.
3 bears.
Raise your hand if you do not know the story of the 3 bears. Oh my gosh, so happy. All right, we have a storyboard. Now the lines on this are a little bit light when it came out of the printer.
Yeah, I can.
But here's what you're going to do. The big box part is to sketch a picture. Tell me what sketch means. Yes, Emma.
Not extremely detailed.
Not extremely detailed. We are not hanging this on the wall of an art museum. This is your thoughts planned out on the page. Now, this little box at the top is for notes for yourself. Like what they might say, or what scene it is, all those things. Yes.
Are we going to do the practice today?
Yeah, we're going to do the practice today.
Awesome.
Okay? So everybody's going to get one of these sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How long is each, like, section that we're in here?
Well, what do you think?
All day.
No.
About an hour.
Probably, yes. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. Here's your page. I will get you guys pencils. I want you to start thinking in your head
Wait, so this is
just for the 3 bears. But we'll be using this same template to plan your video. So think about it this way. You're not just telling the 3 bears story. Think about if you were going to videotape it for iMovie.
I figured
What would you make sure it goes in the box? Like a play, exactly.
If there's a story, it always asks in one of the questions it says, what would be different about this if it was a play?
Erica,
Yes.
the cart and iPads will be here next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But, I already got an idea for who everyone's going to play right now.
Awesome. Save that here. Okay. If you have writer's notebook in your room and you get this like brilliant idea, what could you do?
Write it down.
Sketch it. Write it down real quick, right? Okay. Right now, think in your head through the story of the 3 bears. Visually, what would you need to make sure that you film to tell the story? So think about it. I'm going to bring you a pencil and you can start sketching and making some notes.
Oh, there's no clock.
Oh, there it is. I couldn't find it.
Oh, there's no clock.
Oh, there it is. I looked everywhere but there.
Yeah, that's most likely where a clock should be, where everyone would look. Why do I get the little shirt thing?
I don't know. Try that.
Well, I really love.
Like space underneath, and then one time I was just sitting on my bed, and my desk and I started to my bed, and then half of it, it just like went.
All right.
like this, and then
We're going to share at the end, and you probably won't get the whole story done, but I want you to think about visually, what do I need to storyboard? You're gonna problem solve that. That's your problem. How am I gonna visually tell the story of the three bears?
I got two.
You have two? Well, aren't you special?
You can do one.
I can do one. So what would you start with first for filmmaking?
Picture.
You can start with however you want. It's your story to tell. You're the writer, director, producer.
It's called Stick People.
Yeah, that's the easiest.
Why is it like people?
It's called the Stick
Goldilocks.
Process.
Now, as we share, when we get done, we're going to talk about good ideas that we might want to incorporate in our actual video.
That's
Bears
a research
bears
story.
go on their ship.
Oh yeah.
Try that one, and I'll show you this one.
And these brown bears. Usually awful bears. Draw a bear. It looks like a person in a bear costume. It looks like a fox.
Oh, you're there.
I'm just drawing people as bears.
That's okay. That works too. Remember, this is a sketch for ideas, right?
Fair.
Is that a body version of Freddy?
It's working, Connor. Thank you.
Goldilocks is the, she was a good body.
You can go do whatever you want. It's your story. Just like on your video, there are certain things that need to be there, but for the most part, you get to creatively do what you like.
Doesn't have to be with pen. Just put it on my paper.
That's why I hate this.
I don't know how to spell his name.
That would be funny. It's actually a story of that.
There's all kinds of versions of fairy tales, right?
Yeah. And most of them are pretty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What about the forage?
You can do the porridge, you can do the chairs. Are you going to get the whole thing in here today? We're practicing, okay?
We can get
Do as much as you can. We're going to work for about 3 more minutes, then we're going to stop and share what we have and then work, okay? So try to get to a good place in 3 minutes and we'll share what we have. L-O-C-K, that's right, yep, that's exactly right. Remember, we're sketching, it doesn't have to be,
The best story
that's
ever.
right, just enough to remind you, what are you gonna film? This is different than just writing a story, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to visually think about
What it'll look like.
what it's gonna look like. Okay, try to get to a good stopping place in 1 more minute. I'm not sure what you've got.
Sticks.
That's okay. It's a sketch, so you know, how are you gonna set up the scene with the camera? We can use whatever you need to use. Now, we're not gonna actually film this. This is for practice. To think about how we would actually do it.
I forgot. Share the sheep right.
Big bear.
Because it's so small.
She thinks it's just right, and she sits in it, and it's not, because she's too heavy. And then she eats all of Baby Bear's food, right?
Yeah.
And then she falls asleep in Baby Bear's bed. And when the bears come home and catch her, and she runs away because she's scared of bears. Okay.
Hey.
All right, finish what you're writing right now. Okay. Emma, I want you and Connor to share, and you two to share, and then we'll share it out all together. So go ahead. Where did you start? Talk about visually where you're going to start. Connor, are you listening to Emma? Okay. Oh, that was super fast. Did you do yours, Connor? Tell Emma about yours.
Bears go hiking to let their porch cool down. Goldilocks stumbles on their house. She finds the porch and tries it. Goldilocks needs a rest and finds chairs.
All right. Here's mine. You guys ready?
Yep.
So I'm going to start with the title page and show like a sign that says Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And then it's going to be like, there's a house in the woods, and the camera's going to come into the house in the woods. And then you're going to go inside and see the bears leave out the back door. And it's very important that the bears leave out the back door, because who's going to come up walking to the front door? Goldilocks. She comes in, sees the chair.